Fade in. EXT. Coast, day. Pacific waves crash against a rugged cape. Forest-covered bluffs rise to foggy crests. On a cleared plateau, a white block lighthouse towers over and look with its Fresnel lens turning. A short distance down a winding path sits the old lightkeeper's house, now a bed and breakfast with a burgundy roof and picket fence. EXT. Lightkeeper's house, continuous. A van pulls into the small gravel lot, followed by a pickup. Already waiting at the locked door is Erin, early 20s, pretty with a fragile quality, as though she's always concerned. She smiles and ambles to the track to greet them. Joan, 30s, climbs out of the driver's seat. She's relaxed and frumpy, busy but never in a hurry. Erin Joan, 30s, climbs out of the driver's seat. She's relaxed and frumpy, busy but never in a hurry. Erin. Good to see you again. Joan nods with a smile. Tim, 30s, climbs out of the passenger side. He's wiry and rough with a dishonest air. Tim. Tim. Erin smiles humbly as they shake hands. Erin. It's nice to meet you. Good to see you again. Joan nods with a smile. Tim, 30s, climbs out of the passenger side. He's wiry and rough with a dishonest air. Tim. Tim. Erin smiles humbly as they shake hands. Erin. It's nice to meet you. There's a bang on the side of the van from inside. Joan. Shoulders past Tim. Joan. Hold on, I'm coming. She slides the side door open to reveal Mitchell, 30s. He's feisty, heavy-set with a beard and glasses, sitting in a wheelchair. Mitchell. I'd like some fresh air too. Joan works a ramp out. Joan. Can you give me a minute? Tim. He's been bitching like that the whole trip. Joan and Erin help him out. Mitchell. I want to get set up before dark. Ghosts are most active during the twilight hours. Tim snickers. Mitchell rolls to a stop. Mitchell, conted. What are you doing? Get the equipment. Tim shakes his head, annoyed, turns to the van. Mr. Hicks, 40s, climbs out of his truck. Athletic and cocky. He walks with pep, jangling a set of keys. Hicks. Okay, let's get this show on the road. I wanna get in some diving before the day's out. Int. Kitchen, moments later. Hicks unlocks the door. Saunters in, followed by his guests. Hicks. There's plenty of water. He gestures toward stacks of water bottles. Then opens cabinet doors, displaying supplies. Hicks, conted. There's coffee, snacks, beer. Eat all you want. Dining room, continuous. A long myrtle table stretches across a gorgeous carpet. Shipping relics fill every wall and corner. The guests glance around in awe. Tim sets down a recording device with a cassette inside and a microphone attached. Hicks. There are 2 rooms downstairs. The rest are upstairs. He hands Erin the keys. Hicks, conted. If you need anything, you've got my number. He pauses, staring transfixed at her face. Hicks, conted. It's incredible how much like her you look. Erin. You knew my sister? Hicks. Well, it all happened before I bought the place, but I've heard the story a million times. He scans the team. Hicks, conted. So you're ghost hunters? Joan puts a hand affectionately on Mitchell's shoulder. Joan. Mitchell and I have been doing it for years. Tim just joined us. Hicks turns back to Erin. Hicks. And you hired them to, what did the news say, contact your sister's ghost? Erin. My sister kept a diary that was never found. I believe it may reveal the identity of her killer. Hicks chuckles, steps toward the door. Hicks. Well, have fun with that. When somebody rents the entire house, I don't argue. He opens the door and pauses. Hicks, conted. Just don't break anything. And have a nice night. He grins and walks out. Mitchell swivels toward Tim. Mitchell. Okay, let's set up for EVPs. Tim. You know, I'm getting tired of your bossing. You're not the one signing my check. Mitchell exchanges glances with Erin. She frowns at Tim. Erin. Mitchell's in charge. He's the expert. Tim sighs, picks up the recorder. Tim. Expert at what? Picking up ambient noises? Mitchell. We've captured EVPs at haunted spots in the past that have been. Tim. All right, whatever, where do you want this thing? Erin's bedroom, dusk. Erin steps in with an overnight case. The soft tones are soothing, but she looks it over with an uneasiness. She opens her case on the bed, rummages through. Pauses when Joan appears in the doorway. Joan. Mitchell wants everyone downstairs. Her words drift past a preoccupied Erin. Erin. This is where she stayed that night. Joan gives the room a quick skim. Joan. You know, you don't have to stay here. There are 2 extra rooms. Erin. I want to. I need to. The wind rattles the window in its frame. Erin shivers. Erin, conted. You go on. I'll be down in a minute. Joan nods, smiling faintly, and leaves. Stairwell, moments later. Erin bounces down the steps, refreshed, and enters the living room, continuous. The recorder is set up on a large coffee table. Mitchell plays with its knobs and dials while Joan assists. Tim watches the ocean through a vintage telescope by the window. With his free hand, he holds a beer. Tim. I think I see a whale. He moves the lens over a little. Tim, conted. There's a boat of tourists, so. You gotta see this chick. Mitchell. You're supposed to be helping us set up. Tim. Unlike ghosts, this woman is real. He takes a swig of beer. Mitchell spins around angrily. Mitchell. If you don't believe in ghosts, then why did you join our group? Tim sighs, pulling the bottle from his lips. He looks at Mitchell and shrugs. Tim. I've never been on a ghost hunt before. I thought it would be fun. Joan. I think it's ready. Mitchell regards the recorder. Mitchell. It's time. Living room, night. The group sits in a circle on the floor, except Mitchell, in his chair. He nods to Joan. She pushes a button, starting the recorder. Mitchell speaks into the air. Mitchell. I'm speaking to the ghost of Emma Chapelwood. We are here with your twin sister, Erin. He scans the room for any sign. Mitchell, conted. We know that death can be very confusing, especially when it's traumatic. Like yours. He rests his gaze on Erin, hesitant, then looks away. Mitchell, conted. That night, 5 years ago, someone murdered you. He slit your throat. He flung you over the cliffs to the rocks below. Do you remember? The wind clatters the window, unnerving everyone. Joan. Gasps, clutching her chest. Joan. Damn, I nearly had a heart attack. Tim. It's just the wind. Mitchell. It could be a sign. Tim. Are you serious? First, we have a ghost who's confused. I mean, if someone threw me off a cliff, I'd sure as hell remember. Now the wind blows and everyone has a stroke. What a crock. Joan. You know, if you don't want to be a part of this, that's fine. But you don't have to ruin it. Tim sighs, gestures for Mitchell to continue. Mitchell stares vacantly a moment, then blurts out. Mitchell. I'm dying. All attention shifts to Mitchell. Everyone's riveted. Tim. Seriously. Mitchell. My internal organs are giving out. I don't have much time left. Joan puts a comforting hand on his knee. Joan. Why didn't you tell me? Mitchell. I didn't want to worry you. I've known for months. He fights back emotion. Joan. Oh Mitchell. She climbs to her feet and hugs him. Tim. Hey, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Joan pulls back with teary eyes. Mitchell. Wanna hear something funny? I've been a ghost hunter for 15 years and I've never seen a ghost. Suddenly. Erin moans and snaps into an eerie trance. All attention shifts to her. She speaks in a chilling tone. Erin. My diary is in my room. She collapses to the floor. Tim leaps up and checks her. Tim. I can't find a pulse. I think she's dead. Erin groans, rousing. Mitchell frowns. Mitchell. Can she sit up? Tim helps Erin sit. Erin. I don't know what happened. Something just came over me. Mitchell. We've got to go upstairs. Stairwell, moments later. Mitchell uses his hands to walk up the rail with Tim helping. Joan and Erin drag his chair up. Tim. I still don't see why you can't just wait down here. Mitchell. Because I can't. Erin's bedroom, moments later. Erin enters, followed by Mitchell. Erin. The diary is in here somewhere. Mitchell. Let's get looking. He wheels in and opens drawers at the nightstand. Erin and Joan search the closet and dresser. Tim shakes his head. Tim. Okay, you know what, I'm gonna go get a beer. Mitchell. Let me guess, you don't believe any of this. Joan. But you saw what happened to Erin. Tim. Look, I don't want to call anyone a liar, but there's this thing called acting. And I'm starting to think you're all pulling my chain. Mitchell. Just go. You're holding us all back anyway. Tim rolls his eyes and walks off. The others continue searching. After a few moments, Tim calls from downstairs. Tim, OS. Joan, can you come here a minute? Joan pauses, glances at Mitchell. Mitchell. Go see what he wants. Joan nods, exits. When she's out of earshot, Mitchell focuses on Erin. Mitchell, conted. So what's going on? She flashes a bewildered look. Mitchell, conted. I'm a failure at what I do. The most I've got to show for it is some obscure noises on tape. But I've been faking like I'm healthy for the last 6 months and I know a performance when I see one. Erin relents with a telling sigh. Dining room, continuous. Joan steps into the room, searching for Tim. Suddenly, a gloved hand clamps over her mouth from behind. Erin's bedroom, continuous. Erin steps to the nightstand and pulls out a drawer. Taped to the back is the diary. She pulls it off and hands it to a stunned Mitchell. He flips through. The pages are all blank. Mitchell. It's empty. I don't get it. Erin. There is no diary. I planted it. Mitchell digests, slaps the book closed. Mitchell. It's a setup. You're trying to draw out the killer. Erin. I was hoping he'd show up. Mitchell gazes at the diary, pondering. Looks up, realizing. Mitchell. Tim. He stuffs the diary beside him and backs out of the room. Erin. What about him? Mitchell. I don't know him. We hooked up through an ad. Hallway, continuous. Mitchell rotates toward the stairs. Mitchell. Stay in the room and lock the door. Aaron shuts the door. Mitchell wheels toward the stairs. Mitchell, conted. Joan. Joan. As he nears the edge, a figure quickly advances from a room. Behind him, grabs the handles of the chair and overturns it. Stairwell, continuous. Mitchell falls out, along with the diary, and hits the jagged steps. He tumbles down, crashes at the foot. His wheelchair clanks down after him and bangs the wall. Mitchell groans, forces himself onto his belly. He hears muffled pleas. Feels for his broken glasses, puts them on. He sees into the living room, continuous. Joan struggles, bound and gagged on the floor. Nearby is Tim. Also bound and gagged. Stairwell, continuous. Mitchell whips his head toward the stairs. Mitchell. Aaron. He crawls with all his strength and desperately climbs. Aaron's bedroom, continuous. Aaron backs away from the door. The knob violently shakes. Someone bangs on it. Finally, it's cracked open. Aaron looks up in horror at Hicks. Holding a knife. Stairs, continuous. Mitchell forces himself to climb. He pauses when he sees the diary, resting on a step. He snatches it and moves on. Aaron's bedroom, continuous. Hicks brandishes the knife. Hicks. Just tell me where the diary is. Aaron. I just want to know why you did it. Hicks. I searched for the treasure of the Devil's Eel for 20 years. She was just diving from a tourist boat. I saw her with some statues from the wreckage. So I followed her here. I heard her talking about the souvenirs she'd found. He steps closer. Aaron backs away. Hicks, conted. Souvenirs. She had no idea that what she'd found could buy this hotel. I just wanted to know where she found them, but she panicked. He grabs Aaron by the arm. Hallway, continuous. Mitchell mounts the top of the stairs. Hicks pulls Aaron out of the bedroom with a knife to her throat. Mitchell holds up the diary. Mitchell. I've got the diary. Don't hurt her, I've got it right here. Hicks notes the diary, grins slyly. Then, he slices Aaron's throat. She drops to the floor dead. Mitchell, conted. No. You bastard. He throws the diary at him. It flops across the floor, to a stop at Hicks' feet. He picks it up, opens it. Hicks. What's this? Mitchell. It was a trick. You killed her for no reason, asshole. Hicks absorbs, tosses the diary aside. He steps to Mitchell. Forces the knife to his throat. Mitchell blurts out. Mitchell, conted. Emma doesn't have a sister. Hicks pauses, taken off guard. Mitchell shakes his head, baffled himself. Mitchell, conted. I don't know why I said that. They look down the hallway at the body of Aaron. Suddenly, she opens her eyes. Her body rises off the floor to a standing position. Hicks stands, horrified. Hicks. What is this? Aaron. My name's not Aaron, it's Emma. Hicks steps back. Hicks. It can't be. You can't be a ghost. She advances. Emma. I was on vacation. I'd just graduated college. I had a life. When she gets close enough, Hicks swipes at her with the knife. The blade phases right through her. Hicks jumps back with wide eyes. He steps too close to the edge of the stairs and trips. Stairwell, continuous. He topples down and collides with the floor. Dead. The knife protrudes from his bloody abdomen. Hallway, continuous. Emma peers down from above. She turns to Mitchell, helps him sit against the wall. He stares, enthralled. Mitchell. So you're a ghost? Emma. I've wandered these cliffs for 5 years. And it always came back to the same thing. I just had to know what happened. Mitchell. So what happens now? Emma. I don't know. But I'm ready to find out. She smiles tenderly as she stands. Emma, contented. Thank you. Mitchell watches dazed as she walks to the end of the hall. The swirling wind whips the window. Emma walks through the wall and glass and vanishes into the night. Mitchell smiles with an air of sadness. Fade out.